bad relationships or bad situations, you almost feel like, I can't share this testimony, I can't share this greatness of God in my life, because if I do, this person's gonna look at me like, yo, bitch.
Yeah. Quincy on the beat.
I want a bumper. I want to chill with the big bag.
Being sober, so let me spark my split. I can't lie, I got some bad habits.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and as always, if you're new, welcome. How's your week been? How's everyone been? I hope you've been good. I hope everyone's had a great week, and if you didn't have a great one, I hope next week is much better for you. But yeah, if you are having a bit of a mere week, take a day, have time to yourself, have a glass of wine, chill out, or go out, whatever will de-stress you, whatever will make you feel better. Do that, because we are all here to have a good time. Damn, life is hard, so let's all have a good time, as much as you can. But yeah, so what am I talking about today? Today I'm kind of talking about us girls and relationships. So this is something I've thought about like a few times before, and I'm not really sure why we do it. Like, in terms of like, I've noticed that when it comes to like us girls and sharing good news about our relationships, we really shy away from it, or majority of us shy away from it. Whereas when it comes to like negative things, we're so quick to be like, yeah, he pissed me off, he doesn't listen, he doesn't know how to do this, he doesn't take me out, he doesn't spend money on me. Like, we'll have the whole list, yeah? Or whenever we're pissed off, that's when it's like, yeah, he's annoying me. Like, I don't know if it's like because of misery loves company, or we know that everyone can what's the word, kind of understand men letting you down, or men being negative, or doing something that will annoy us as girls, as women. So it's easier to share, as opposed to, it's unfortunately quite rare for a man to be doing everything he should be doing. Do you know what I mean? Or be looking after you, be spoiling you, be taking you out, you know, be leveling you up, helping you grow, encouraging you. So when that kind of stuff happens, I don't know if it's like us women kind of shrink and go quiet, and when those things happen, we don't announce it, we'll just announce the negative things. And then unfortunately, it can paint a very bad look of your partner if all your friends are hearing negative things. Then you start to think, wow, why does everyone hate my man? Like, why does everyone hate my man? Like, he ain't that bad. But it's like, but that's honey, because you ain't telling us anything good. I mean, all you do is tell us all the bad stuff. Like, you tell us all the horrible stuff he does. Why would I encourage you to want to be with someone that's bad? And I feel like we really struggle to, you know, share good news and, you know, say nice things about our man. Like, oh, my man did this for me, or he does this for me, or I really appreciate this. And I'm not even talking like the big things like buying you designer stuff, or flying you out, or taking you to expensive restaurants. Like, I'm talking even just like nice stuff, like, oh, you know, he leveled me up, or he helped encourage me, you know, to do this, or to embark on this, or he really motivates me. Like, even if it's just he motivates me, he's, you know, he says, gives me words of affirmation daily, you know, he always compliments me. Like, just anything nice, we will shy away from telling our friends. And I do think it stems down to what I said before, where it's like, men don't usually do nice things. Men are usually, you know, it's always a story of being cheated on, or, you know, he's done this or he's done that. So I feel like when they do behave, when a guy is treating you well, you almost don't want to share it as a girl with your friends, because you almost feel like you don't know the reaction. When a guy has done something negative, you know the reaction you're gonna get. You know you're gonna get, men ain't shit, men ain't nothing. Forget him, he's useless anyway, this. But when he's been good, it's almost like we're so used to being on the man hate bandwagon, you actually don't know what the response is going to be to being like, no, he's actually treating me really well, he's doing well. And you feel like, yeah, obviously your friends are gonna be like, oh, I'm happy for you, that's so nice to hear. But you don't really know if that's something they're just saying, or whether or not deep down they're thinking, bitch, why are you? Like, not that they hate it or they don't want it to be you, but because it's like so rare, you're worried that, oh, maybe I'm bragging, maybe it's, you know, I'm like doing too much. And especially when like you feel like maybe my friend is going through things where she hasn't received that before, or you know, she's had bad relationships or bad situations. You always feel like, I can't share this testimony, I can't share this greatness of God in my life, because if I do, this person's gonna look at me like, yo bitch, you know, I'm suffering over here and you're coming to be telling me your good news. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, oh, when your friend's going through the thick of it, you're like, oh, my man is just fantastic, my man don't be doing that to me. Nah. But I mean, like, just in general, like, your girl could even be single, do you know what I mean? Like, she could have not been with someone for time, but because obviously maybe she hasn't had like that great experience, or she's not in a great experience at the moment, you just feel like, I don't want to share anything good because I don't want to look like I'm, you know, bragging or I'm talking too much or being happy. And I almost do feel like there's a bit of an issue with that. I feel like the same way how you can go and tell your friends and your girls and share, like, when, you know, maybe you've been pissed off or he's done something to annoy you, or you guys are struggling with something, it's the same way how you should be very happy to go and share when things are going well and when things are good, and being like, he does this for me, he does that for me. I don't know, you're like, I don't want to be humbled, I don't want anybody to side-eye me and be like, let's just pray it last year, because if he leaves you now, that's how, you know, all the good you are talking in the bean. And obviously, you know, your friends shouldn't, like, I know people are like, oh, but your friends, if they're your friends, you shouldn't be thinking that's what they're gonna think, so you should be happy to tell them. And I'm not saying that your friends are gonna think that. What I'm saying is, we're human. That's what I'm saying. And sometimes you're happy for your friends, but in that happiness, you're also thinking, God, when will it be my turn? And it's almost like, when is it, like, when do you know the line as well, to not, like, to where you're expressing your happiness in your relationship and the nice things your partner's done for you, and when you are now crossing that line into bragging and being annoying. Because you may just not be being annoying. Like, let's say you don't know something that's going on in your friend's life for just a particular moment, and you just share some happy news. The tone or the attitude you can get back from that person could be so off, and you'll be thinking, but I don't even feel like I was bragging, I was just sharing something. But because they're having a bad day, or they're in a bad mood, or they're going through it, that you didn't know, they've retaliated in a horrible way, and now you're thinking, well, was I doing too much? Because I don't think I was doing too much. And now you just feel like, yeah, I'm not going to share. And just because maybe your friend wasn't in the mood that day, or whatever, you just didn't know. But that's what I'm saying, it's such a tricky thing. But it shouldn't be a tricky thing. It shouldn't be like, I cannot share this good news, I cannot pick up the phone and tell my friend, you know, my man just did this for me, I'm so grateful. The same way I'll pick up the phone and tell her that I'm about to smack this guy across the head. Let this nigga try me one more time. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I've noticed it's definitely a thing, like, across us, a lot of girls, where they just feel like, when the good things happen, let me keep, and when the bad things happen, let me shout it, you know, because I know everyone can relate and we can all over it. Whereas when a guy's been good to you, it's like, nah, there may be no snaps of the fingers, it really may just be crickets out in this bitch. Like, it'd be crickets, everyone be looking like, okay, that's you, nice for some, happy for some, you know, lucky for some, like all those dumb sayings or whatever. You're just like, I don't know if that's shade, girl, or I don't know if you're really happy for me, but I'm gonna take it. Like, okay. And you know, so I think it's so tricky. It's so hard. I don't know, it's something I've really thought about, and maybe it's something that I just overthink. Maybe it's not that hard. Maybe some of you guys are gonna comment and be like, no, Deb, it's not that hard. Like, brag, I do all the time, or whatever. Or my friends, you know, they know me, they know I'm happy, so I share that happiness, and they gonna be happy for me, you know. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm just very conscious, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I feel like I'm a very self-aware person. I try to always, like, read the room and stuff. And, like, also, I don't know, sometimes I just think to myself that the happiness in your relationship can just ooze from maybe your aura, your energy, the peace that's just around you. And it's like, do I really need to, like, you know, go on and on and on? Like, or do I need to talk about this? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, or can it just be seen, like, can it just be, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Can it just be, like, understood without me explaining or saying anything? It's like, okay, they must be good, they're happy, like, she's not complaining, so if she's not complaining, they're happy. I don't need to hear a list of all the great things that's happening. She ain't complaining, so I know my girl good, you know. I don't know. I do think, yeah, we do need to learn to share a bit more, though. I do think it can be a bit problematic if you feel like you cannot share good news and good things that your partner does for you, and all you can do is share the bad, because not because your friends want that, but because you have internally believed that you can only share that that's the only thing that will be celebrated. That's what. Whereas even if your friends have not experienced maybe something you've experienced, it still should be celebrated because they want you to be treated well. You know what I mean? They want you to be in a good relationship. They want you to be happy. They feel you deserve. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a tricky one. It's definitely a tricky one. Yeah, it's just something I thought about. Something that I was like, why are girls like this? Like, why is this complex? Why is this just not straightforward? You know? But yeah, that's just like my thoughts on it and stuff. I definitely think we should be more happy and more vocal with expressing the happiness that goes on in our home. I also do think it goes back to the whole especially if you're from African descent, you have your mums particularly always tell you that don't open your mouth too much outside, because the more you talk outside, not everybody's happy for you. Like within your friendship, some of them are jealous, some of them are wishing your downfall, blah 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 blah, whatever. That's just what they tell you. And so you grow up with this innate, I don't want anybody to steal my blessing. I don't want anybody to, be negative towards me. And it's not even just in relationship. I'm talking about good things across the board. You could be promoted in your career. You could be earning really great. You could be, about to like get, flown on trips for work. Like any good thing that could be happening for you. Do you know what I mean? You could have landed a great deal, like on what you're doing, like anything good. And it's like, I can't share it, or I can't give really the real nitty gritty. I just have to give a vague overview of what's going on, because if I talk too much, someone is going to be praying for my downfall, or I'm giving someone the key to pray for my downfall. And I'm really in two minds when it comes to this thing, because a part of me also feels like I'm a child of God. What is for me is for me. There's no prayer you can pray, no spiritualist you can go to that's going to negate that destiny for me. Like it's solid, it's sealed, that door is opening for me. God has said it, period. But at the same time, I still am on the side of like, why I talk too much? Sometimes talking too much is not necessary. Sometimes close it up. It's not every day of a share. It's not every day overshare. I don't know like if that's a wrong mentality to have, but sometimes I do think it's not every day overshare, because I feel like your friends can be happy for you, but that happiness can easily start to become like irritated or envy or jealousy, not because they want it to, but because you are constantly going on about all the great things that's happening to you. And not that you shouldn't be going on or feel like not be able to share those things, but sometimes your friends are not going through that similar situation right now. It doesn't mean they should be happy for you, but it also means that they need you to be sensitive as well to what they're going through, because you're friends, right? And if you kind of completely ignore that and just completely sharing about, I'm going to Dubai for 6 months, for work, and then, I'm planning wedding, I can't wait, the wedding is going to be luxurious, we're going to the Maldives to do the wedding. Oh girl, it's going to be fantastic. Like, you're just getting on and buying my new class. In fact, I'm even thinking whether I want the class or the range, it's just so hard to pick this. Like, you're basically going on and on and on, all like the great stuff that's happened to you. Your friend could have lost her job. She's trying to get a promotion, it's not happening. So it's just like, I'm really happy for you, babe, but at the same time, read the room. And I feel like sometimes you're not careful, you can cause the seed of jealousy and envy to be sown in a friend, because they just feel like, rah, why is all this good stuff happening to this person? Why is all this good stuff happening to this person? And sometimes I feel like, if you just closed it up and didn't overshare every little detail of your life, all the things that are happening, this friend will not have enough to now be thinking, rah, why is all this good stuff happening to a friend? Why is this? Why that? And I get some people are probably watching this thinking, but then that's not your friend. I can hear you guys. I can hear you shouting to the skin. But then that's not your friend, innit? That's not your mate then, innit? If she can think that about you, or if she cannot be happy for you, then that's not really your friend. And I hear it. But I don't know whether or not the African, proverb has been installed in me so much to the point where I just hear like, maybe sometimes you just should keep quiet. Maybe you actually have to take responsibility for sometimes not helping that seed of envy and jealousy be grown in somebody. And I don't know whether or not it is on you, or whether or not, no, that person should just not be jealous or envious, but we're human. It is so hard not to like have jealousy over your friend of something, because you're like, oh, I really want that. But I feel like that's where it should stop though. That's what I believe. As a friend, you can have jealousy, but you nip that jealousy in the bud, where you say, God, I'm happy for my friend the same way you've done it for her. I'm believing Jesus, you'll do it for me, and I'm very grateful. I'm very happy for her, and that is where you nip it in the bud. I feel when it starts to become envy, that's when you need to be questioning the friendship, and also the friendship in the beginning, because it's like, that's where I feel like the onus is on the other person of like, why did you allow this thing to grow into envy? Like, why have you allowed this now make you like have evil plots and thoughts against this person? That's very far. I think being a bit jealous a little bit, well, human, it happens, but it's on that person to now nip it in the bud. But what I do think sometimes, that I don't know if it's wrong, but I feel like sometimes we also have to take responsibility for not sometimes creating that jealousy in our friends, as in the ones that sometimes are just jealous of you because they're just jealous that you didn't really, you're not an overbragger, you hardly talk about your life and stuff. They, from just spectating, are just jealous. Then that's between them, their Lord, their maker, and they need to go sit on the side and deal with that. But for those of us that do a lot sometimes, and sometimes talk too much, I feel like sometimes maybe that can cause it. But then this is what I'm saying, I'm battling myself for, is there a talking too much? Like, I know some of you are saying that no, there's not talking too much when it comes to your friends. I'm sorry, they should just be happy for you. It's so hard, guys. I don't know where I sit on the fence, because this is gonna be funny. I don't know, obviously it depends if you're a Christian or not, or whether or not you read the Bible or you know this Bible story. But basically, you see the story of Joseph, and Technicolor Dreamcoat, and how he went outside and he was telling his brothers, I had a dream, and all you lot, you're gonna bow to me. God showed all of you bowing to me. He showed all of you, basically saying, I'm the top dog, I'm the guy at the top, and you lot, you're my minions, innit? You're the peasants, you're the commoners below. And that angered their souls, thinking, how dare you come and tell us we're gonna bow to you? You know what? I'm gonna throw you in a little ditch and you're gonna die. We're gonna sell you off to the slave trade and you're gonna die there. Like, sometimes I think to myself, Joseph, it's not every dream that God shared with you, he meant for you to share with others. Some revelations are for you and you alone. And I truly believe that. And so I'm saying, and I think that's why sometimes I do feel like this is when I stand on the fence, maybe, of more being like, not to be an oversharer, because it's not everything I believe you need to say. It's not everything I believe you need to say. I think sometimes help yourself, because we are human. I'm not saying that it gives people a right to be, having evil thoughts or like being wishing bad on people. I'm just saying that where we can help ourselves, I do think we should a little bit, just because we are human, we're flesh, And sometimes if you've really wanted a bag or a glasses or a shoe, and your best friend rocks up with that glasses or shoe, or you really want your boyfriend to behave and your friend's boyfriend is just seeming to be like the perfect example of perfect, you're hearing about it all the time, you're just like, can I catch a bloody break? I'ma slap this bitch up outside the head. Like, if she says one more thing about this person or this bag or this shoe or anything, like, I just feel like, I don't know if we do hold a bit of responsibility there. I don't know. I'm on the fence, guys. I'm definitely gonna say I'm actually still on the fence. I'm definitely on the fence when it comes to this one. And just sharing good news. I don't know what it is. I think it's particularly more with girls, because I've seen guys and the way they interact here, and they're very forthcoming with like their lives and stuff. They're a lot, and it's like in multiple guy groups I've heard where they'll be like, oh, it's just healthy competition. It's just healthy competition. My boy tells me he got promotion. It reminds me I need to level up. Like, they're not sitting there thinking, oh, prick. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, raw. See, it's just a girl thing then. I don't really think it's like that with us girls. I don't think it's healthy competition. I think it's like, you bitch, you stupid girl. How dare you get that bag before me? How dare you get this thing before me? Stupid. God, do you see how much I pray? Do you know I pay my tithe and offering? What are you talking about? How dare them receive this blessing? Like, honestly, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I say the word bitches from birth, us girls, God forgive me, but I really do, because sometimes we're wired very interestingly, But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like in your girl friendship group, you guys are a bit more similar to like where I've heard more like what guys are like. Very forthcoming, very honest. We're all go-getters, we're all healthy, it's all healthy competition. There's no animosity, nothing can start any kind of jealousy or side eyes from anybody. Like, everyone in this group is just happy for everyone. You can overshare all the goodness that's happening in your life, and everyone in the group will just say, amen, come on, that's what it's like, level up, baby. Like, I don't know. And I'm very intrigued to know if that is your group, yeah, and that's how it happens for you. Is that because you're all on the same level? I'm talking everybody drives range, or that kind of level. Everybody is in a, you know, managerial role. Everybody is on 6 figures. Everybody is, you know, got house. Like, that's what I want to know. Everyone's in a happy relationship. Married, or, you know, dating, like everyone's good. And that's what I want to know, because that will tell a lot as to, you know, those kind of things. If we're all, you know, on similar levels, then there ain't really much to hate on, you know. But if there's a disparity now between certain people in the groups, then that's where I feel like you will see more in those groups where the envy and jealousy kind of thing can creep in. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Please tell me in the comments. Talk to me. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I don't know. But okay, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, or week ahead. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.